Welcome to The Hero Maker. In this series, we follow Richard's appearances on other shows as he talks about how to grow, play, think, and live like a hero. Join him as he discusses thoughts, principles, and life lessons, all essential for anyone building their heroic brand. All that and more, only on The Hero Maker.
So what's kind of the vision behind the Hero Show podcast? Kind of like, what is your goal, I guess, this year or something like that?
So my vision for the Hero Show podcast is really, it's a cultural change I want to be a part of, right? And you probably know as well as I do, because you look like you're about my age, that if you grew up watching any of the cartoons that we grew up watching, the villain was always an entrepreneur. Right? It's always a business guy who's, pouring oil into the proverbial lake and killing the proverbial ducks, right? Like that's like always the bad guy. And that's just a child's cartoon example. But if you look through most of our media and our academia and the way history is taught, we very rarely are entrepreneurs held up as heroes. They're always held up as villains. And you and I both know that entrepreneurs are what make the world go round, right? Everything that you interact with on a daily basis, doesn't matter what it is, at some point in its life was handled or touched by an entrepreneur.
Yep,
right? Literally everything in your life. And like talking all the way down to like the little thing that covers your drain in your sink or in your shower that keeps hair growing out. An entrepreneur invented that at some point, right? So the things you take for granted every day, entrepreneurs, right? Everything that we're doing today, communicating, is all because of entrepreneurs. And my mission really is to help change that conversation where we start looking at entrepreneurs as heroes the same way that we look at firefighters and our military and doctors and stuff as heroes, rightly so, but I think entrepreneurs should be included in that list, and we're looking to change that conversation a little bit. And the way we do it is we bring on entrepreneurs from all walks of life. We've had some of the craziest cool guests ever, and we always ask someone at the end of the episode, do you know someone who's got a cool story that they can come share? And we issue a hero challenge to that person. We get access to really cool stories because of that. And we bring them on and we just look at their story through the lens of a comic book superhero.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and so it gets into that the hero story we were talking about, or we wanted to talk about. But there's some points that we cover for a story that actually comes from Marvel Comics, like their methodology for how they build a superhero. So we just look at your story through that lens. And I think it does a couple of things. I think one, it helps our guests to start thinking of themselves in a heroic light. And it shares positive stories into the world. And my goal is hopefully more and more people, they won't be afraid of sales, and they won't be afraid of making a profit, and they won't be afraid of giving their value to the world, because that's what entrepreneurs do, right? Is we exchange value for value, and we make the world a better place.
If you want to hear the rest of this discussion, please check out the link to the full episode in the description below.